Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you made it here. Sometimes it's not easy to find these live things, but here we are. So, if you are here and you want to let me know that you are here and it's working, you can comment. So, this is great. I don't know if I've ever done a live thing on this page, but at any rate, this is wonderful. And today I would like to talk about relaxation in singing. This is a topic that this week has come up a lot in my teaching. You may or may not know, but I teach voice lessons on a regular basis every week. And there seem to be themes that come up regularly, and that all of a sudden a bunch of students are asking me pretty much the same question. So this is about relaxation. I think it's partly due to the fact that we're coming up with to the holiday season, where a lot of you probably sing a lot, and so singing more often creates tension, creates issues with the voice that we want to avoid. So anyway, if you're okay, I don't see anyone online yet, but maybe people will make it. At any rate, I will just go on and share what I need to share. And if you're not here now, you can watch the video later. So, first of all, one of the main reasons why people sing with with tension, with a sense of, it's not really enjoyable, because as you're singing, you feel this tension. And in a sense, singing is fun, yes, but when you sing like that, it makes it not as fun. It makes it so that you sing, but at some point you really can't wait till the song is over, because it's really maybe not painful, but uncomfortable. And so, however, singing, when it's done really well, it's really fun. You shouldn't be feeling tension, especially in your vocal cords. You shouldn't be feeling tension. I remember my teacher, one of her beautiful analogies that she made was, when you sing, your vocal cords, the larynx, this area here of the throat where usually people experience tension, if they do experience it, should be like the eye of a hurricane. So around it, everything is going on. Maybe you're on stage and you're kind of acting, if you're like in a musical or an opera where you're also acting and you're moving your body. There's a lot of work happening in the diaphragmatic area. If you know a little bit about singing, you know that singing happens with diaphragmatic breathing. So the muscles in your belly are engaged as you sing. But the larynx, which is the area here where the vocal cords are, should be really relaxed. And I mean, obviously something is happening there. It's not like it's completely relaxed. But usually we tend to do way, way, way more than it's actually necessary. So you see sometimes those videos of singers who are singing, and their face turns red and sometimes purple, and it's just because there's so much tension, and they don't know how to really use their voice in a way that doesn't really create that tension. In general, I can say probably 98% of the times, if you feel tension, you are just doing too much. There's this idea that, oh, in order to hit that note, I have to push. Oh, in order to get to that high note, I have to push even harder because it's high after all. So obviously I have to push. And this is something that even when you learn the correct technique, sometimes it takes time to get rid of that mental habit of associating high note with strain. It's just not true. So one of the most helpful exercises that I've seen work for me and for all the students I worked with over these last gosh, over 25 years, is a very simple one: long tones. Long tones means an exercise where you hit a note and you just hold it for a little while. It's not about holding it super long, it's about holding it long enough for you to focus on these muscles here, this area here of your throat, and consciously relax as you hold. So what happens when you do this is very interesting. Someone's here. Hi. I don't know who you are, but if you're here and if you're following and if you're enjoying, please comment there and say hi. It's nice to see people being here live. Thank you. So when you hold a note, you can gradually relax the muscles in the throat. And what happens when you do that is very interesting. You actually notice that the tone improves. Like I can start, okay, that's not very relaxed. I actually try to do some tension on purpose. But if I hold it and gradually relax, see what happens. See, I relax my throat gradually relax and expand it because it's more relaxed. And what that does, it improves the tone. So you can try this on your own I suggest you try with various vowels, not just a. So hit the note with a certain volume. Don't be too shy about it, because what you don't want to do is to sing like a breath. No, make it nice and full, pronounce your vowel, and then relax. Let's try this together once. And relax the throat. Let it open up like that. Okay, let's try maybe with O. O. Okay, so this. I hope it's working for you. But if you do it well, you will notice also another important thing, which will be the next aspect of singing with relaxation that I want to bring into this discussion, which is when you hold a note and relax the throat, what do you notice? You probably notice that your belly muscles all of a sudden start to work harder. Why is that? Because the pressure has to go somewhere. So if you relax your throat, then the pressure tends to go down to your belly. And this is good. This is what we want. We don't want this to work so hard. We want the belly to work hard. And as I mentioned earlier, you probably heard about diaphragmatic breathing. So what that means is basically you get out of the habit that most of us have, the habit of breathing only with the upper part of your chest. We take breaths like this. If you watch somebody talking, when they take a breath, normally what happens, you see this. This is a very, very shallow breath. You know, it's done only with the upper part of your lungs, of your chest here. No engagement whatsoever from your belly. So your belly is very important in singing. Supporting the sounds, especially as you go into the higher notes, you notice that there's more and more pressure that has to happen from your belly. So if you want to relax, thank you for your likes and hearts that you're sending me. I really appreciate it. If you want to relax your throat, you can really do this by tensing here and then relaxing here. So this long tone exercise that we just did together, this is something you can do anywhere. You know, I like to teach exercises that are simple enough that people can do them even while driving the car. You know, it's maybe not ideal for your belly, but if you sit upright, your diaphragm will be free enough to do it. And I do this because I myself noticed that I like to practice, I like to keep my voice in shape, but I don't have a lot of time to do it. And so I take small trips around here where I live, and every time I jump in the car, boom, I'm doing some vocal exercises. So I like to teach exercises that are simple, that are short, that you can do between things. They don't take a lot of time, but over time they add up. So if you do 5 minutes, like 3 or 4 or 5 times a day, that's something. That's 20 minutes worth of warm-ups. If you do this every day, that's wonderful. That's great. Okay. So, okay, so there's somebody here. Yeah, long tone. Long tone, exactly. That's what we're talking about. Hi, Omkara. I guess you just got online now, but we were talking about long tones, and that's the exercise that, par excellence, I think, relaxes the throat. So there's another aspect of relaxation, and I mentioned this a little bit in the beginning, which is singing high notes. Singing high notes is always something that people are afraid of. People who are untrained, obviously. If you're trained, high notes are actually really, really fun because you can learn to do them without effort. And once again, there is a way, a technique that professional singers use to go into the high range without any tension. And I can't really explain it in detail here because it takes some time, it takes practice. But what I want to say, which I hope you'll find helpful and maybe you can try this on your own, is, okay, what happens when an untrained singer tries to go into the high range? Number one, as you approach, as you go higher and higher and higher, two things usually happen. One, you start to push more and more and more, because if you don't push, the voice at some point cracks. Why? Because there's more tension building up, and so you reach a point where either you push it out, you belt it out, or the voice just either won't come out or will crash. Will break. Crack. That's the word I was looking for. Crack. So what to do? You probably all experienced this. You go up and up and up and boom, the voice cracks. So instead of trying to sing louder and constrict the throat, which is what happened. Oh God, I did that so much before I started taking voice lessons years ago with my teacher. It was a really frustrating because I wanted to hit those high notes and I would get to like G. The G was like my highest that I could possibly hit. And it was painful. It wasn't something I would enjoy doing, but it's just I had to push it. So what do you do instead? Try to do the exact opposite. So instead of singing louder, sing softer. Instead of constricting the throat, try to consciously relax and open. So that when you go higher, you do something like this. So in the beginning, it will sound a little thin, maybe even a little breathy, sometimes not even particularly beautiful, to be honest with you. But the most important thing is it's relaxed. So if you want to develop your high notes, the first and most important thing is relaxation. Once you've taken out tension of the equation, then you can keep working with that thin sound, and gradually you'll build the right muscles to sustain that sound and make it more and more full and strong until you reach a point where your high notes will sound just as strong as your low notes, but with the difference that they will be just as relaxed. So this is called head voice. When you go into head voice, it means you transition from using your voice in a certain way, which is more like the way we use it when we speak, into using it in a, it really feels different. And so, I'm doing it on purpose very thin so that you can tell I am actually shifting this, I'm doing something different. Because otherwise, if you do it well, you shouldn't be hearing a difference. It just sounds full and strong, just like the lower notes. I hope the microphone didn't distort, because I know it does that sometimes. Anyway, I hope this is clear enough. And mind you, this is something that takes also, as I said, takes some time to learn. But it's very important to know that if you're experiencing tension and discomfort in your high notes, you are probably doing it wrong. And what you need to do instead is take the time, pull back from your volume, pull back from, relax the throat consciously. Don't tense it up. You know, yes, you can squeeze and then get something out, but it won't sound very good and it won't feel very good. And most importantly, you won't be able to go as high. So when you do it this way that I'm explaining to you, you'll be able to add, I added over an octave to my range when I was studying. I was able to go up pretty high. So it was actually surprising to me. I didn't believe it, you know, but it is possible. So you can add quite a bit of range if you do it right. And also, one really fun thing that you can do is you can also sing soft high notes. This is something that a lot of people ask me, oh, how is it possible to sing soft when you're singing high notes? Well, it is possible, you know, and there's a video that I posted a little while ago about this, where I show this and I explain how you do this. So anyway, so to wrap it all up, what I talked about today, you know, there are things that you can do to relax your throat as you sing, to really take the time, pick a song that you know very well, for example, and sing a little bit of it. And while you sing, try to consciously relax your throat. Focus on keeping your throat relaxed and somewhat open. Don't close it up. Don't squeeze it. Just leave it rather than open the throat, open your mouth, open your throat, and try to really feel this roundness inside, which is what happens when you sing in a relaxed way. This is something that may take some time to develop, so don't feel bad if you try once or twice and it doesn't work. Keep at it, you know, open, relax, and the first and most important thing is developing your voice so that you can hit these notes, so you can do these long tones that we talked about with a full sound. Singing full is the first and most important thing that you can learn when you learn singing. You know, to really hit a note, and not or you know, any other way than a full, resonant but relaxed sound. This is why I posted in the description of this video, I posted that link, because that is a link to a video where I talk about how to make this voice full, and I actually have an exercise that I guide you through so you can learn how to do this. This is really the very first thing when I teach a new student. That's the very first thing I do to help them really make that sound crisp and full, so that when you work on long tones you can relax knowing that the sound will stay there and will not go away. Oh, there's a comment. Oh, you're an alto, Carol. Hi, Carol. Nice to have you here. You're an alto, so high notes are horrible for you. Yeah, obviously there are limitations to what we can do because we have the voice that we have. But if you practice well, you can definitely extend your range. For example, my wife is an alto. She can hit amazingly low notes, lower than me. I'm not kidding. She can go lower than me so much easily. But she can also sing pretty high. When we do warm-ups together, we sing in a group of 4, and when we do warm-ups, we often, I like to go up, especially for me because I'm a tenor and the soprano of the group. I like to go up. We don't go super duper high, but we hit a high B. I don't know what it would be, B4, I can't remember these numbers ever, sorry. But it's pretty high. It's the B below the high C that tenors sing. And my wife can hit it. She can go up there, and she's an alto. So, but because she's been working on her voice, I've helped her, and so she's been able to develop that range up there. So, anyway, if you have any questions, post them now so that I can maybe answer them, and otherwise you can post them later, and I'll do my best to find them and reply later. But I hope this was helpful. There's a lot that can be said about singing with relaxation, and most especially there can be a lot of reasons why people are not relaxed. So it's really hard to gauge. I'm just giving some general advice for this, but I hope you found this helpful. And I don't know, I'm thinking maybe I would like to do this live thing on a regular basis. What do you think? Do you think I should? Let me know. Post it there. Say yes, no, it would be great. No, I don't care. Just let me know. Okay, thank you so much for watching this, for being here. And yeah, just keep singing. Don't give up. There is a way to sing in a relaxed, fun way that can just make a difference. And remember, singing is not about the technique, it's about expressing something. And so the more you can deal with the technique and have it at your fingertips, the more you're able to actually express when you sing, and express feelings, state of consciousness, and energy that is beautiful and inspiring because your instrument cooperates and it doesn't get in the way. Okay, have a beautiful day, and I will see you all later on the page, I'm sure. Bye-bye.